I'm Toby.
I'm Ben. I'm 25.
I'm 28. I play hooker.
I play in the back row.
Yeah, it's a place we can go to clear your head, clear your thoughts. It's a big family thing. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter who's here, what it is. Everyone comes together and they all share the same sort of morals.
Yeah, it's a big part of our lives. I mean, we've grown up with it. Big rugby family. It's always a point of conversation. As Toby said, I think it's definitely the family aspect of it. You've got so many people here who their dads have played, all of their family, a lot of their family members have played for Parkhouse. It's a very close-knit group, and it has been for a number of years. So it's sort of been ingrained in us for years, I guess.
I started across the road at Bromley as a mini. They disbanded, luckily, and then a guy called Greasy brought us over. The rest is history, really. We turned up one week with 6 players, and then next week it was 26, and that was 14 years ago.
I played football up until I was 10.
Goal filler.
Yeah, it was never really the right build, and my team disbanded when we were all under 12s. I was coming over here and training on a Sunday, and yeah, when I packed the football in, I've been playing here ever since. So yeah, a long time.
It's a competitive edge. Do you know what I mean? We're both sort of like very similar style of play, so it's quite nice. Like, who's going to make the biggest hit? Who's going to make the biggest impact? Who's going to be the loudest? It's a positive competition. It's nice to have around the pitch, especially when you've got one of us is made a big hit. It influences you to want to do more.
Obviously, Toby's a little bit older than me. Watching him when I was sort of 13, 14, thinking in a couple of years' time it's going to be me out there. And when I made my debut down here, obviously Toby was in the side. You always know someone's got your back, especially as a big brother. I mean, he's definitely helped me out over the years. If either of us get into any trouble, we're always the first person to jump in.
I'd say we're on par, really. It's quite hard to separate us. We sort of, it's that mentality we have. I guess we kind of, once one starts, the other starts, and then someone gets annoyed with the other one, so then we'll have a little tiff and then it'll be all over in 5 minutes.
I think trying to separate us in terms of competitiveness is a bit bold, because you're talking about, is it competitive as a team aspect or is it competitive against each other? I don't think we have that against each other. We both want the best for the side. We're two of the loudest people on the pitch. As Toby said, it's sort of something that, you know, one of us goes, we want to go with each other. Always want to do what we can do, but obviously after the game we talk to him during the week and talk about what we did with each other and stuff like that. I think competitive is in our nature. So yeah, I think definitely on par, I'd say.
But if it's talking about food, then it's game on.
I've been quite lucky with injuries over the last couple of years. He's more cautious about my injuries than I am. It's been tough. Broke my ankle in September 23, had surgery, and then made the comeback in January 24. Obviously the season finished. And then come back at the start of this season, and in November I tore my bicep off the bone, yeah, in the middle of the game, which is always fun. I had surgery, and yeah, luckily I'm back to fighting fit now. With my ankle, he was really supportive. I did it out there a week before the league season started in the training session. Coach just said, go down. I stuck my leg out the wrong way, and yeah, my ankle just snapped in half, and he was the one standing next to me. He was the one that called the ambulance, went to hospital with me, stayed there 6 hours, and yeah, he's always there to pick me up when I need it. Yeah, no, he's been good.
What does Parkhouse mean to Superior?
Home, really. Home away from home. Do you know what I mean? You can come here with problems and there'll always be someone to talk to about it. There'll always be someone that you can go to and tell them about your issues that you might not be able to tell someone at home. You'll come here and you just forget about your worries. Do you know what I mean? It's one big family aspect. It doesn't matter where you've come from, how much money you earn. Do you know what I mean? It's everyone's accepted for who they are, and you don't get that in many places. It's this kind of like a stipulation that you go to certain clubs and they've got cliques, whereas here, for example, you've got last couple of years, like a lot of youngsters have come through, and they're not left out. Do you know what I mean? They're involved. We go away to places of a weekend. They're involved. If they've got no money, we'll foot the bill for them. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing off our backs. It's bringing that family aspect and sort of keeping that. That's the one thing that really drives Parkhouse.
It really is just a whole group of mates. As I said before, there isn't one person in here that I would say I'd rather them not be. We're all best mates. When we're not here, we'll spend the majority of the time with the people that are still members here. As Toby said, we all go out together. We always hang around for a beer afterwards, loads of socials here, in season, off season, we're always together. So it is one big family, always.
Even though, like when we was kids, do you know what I mean? We come up here and watch the ones on a Saturday, and once you get into the age where drink starts becoming like legal, the boys are there, they'll take you out. This used to be like, you used to play beer pong here on a Saturday, and then you go from here into Bromley. Do you know what I mean? And especially with like my age group, the next age up was, you're looking at about 10, 15 years. So for them to adapt and take us on then, do you know what I mean? It's only just rolled on and carried on. And even those boys are here now, still doing the same thing. Although they say they're retiring, but it never really happens. So.
No leaver.
No, not allowed.
No leaver.
I'm here joined with Ben and Toby. We've all just played a few games. How did the game go?
Yeah, it was disappointing. We didn't perform like we needed to. No, we wanted to. We should have. Sort of thing. It's one of those games where we thought, look, it's on paper, it's going to win. Do you know what I mean? And we didn't do it too well. Very frustrating.
What's the highlight?
Was there probably running up there and you got through a headbutt at someone? Probably like the only highlight of the game.
What about you, Ben? How you feeling?
Yeah. First 80 minutes in 4 months. So yeah, nice to be back out there. Showing by a result, but yeah, we just didn't tell them so.
How's your feeling?
Yeah, good. There was one thing I thought would be a bit like I made a hit and I was like, but it's still, yeah. So we're winning.
Oh, result. We well done, boys. I'd like to take a shower now.
Yes.
I'm Danny and I'm club captain.
I'm Harry and I play back row.
This is my 39th season, so it means a lot. And I can still remember the first day I walked into the club, and the mates I had then are still very close, lifelong friends now. So friendship, the love of the game, and it's just a brilliant place to be.
Well, we played one game, didn't we, a couple of years ago, and it was yeah, it was fun. It was fun. You played inside centre and I played outside centre, and it was good. Set up a little try together, didn't we? Yeah. And it was yeah, it was a good laugh. It was fun. Yeah. That's the only time we played, but I mean, he didn't play for long because you run out of breath after about 20 minutes.
I'll tell you the story. So the greatest thing I played lots of sport with my dad. Really lucky to do that. And we played a little bit of H, but was lucky enough to play his first ever senior game. And as he said, we played in the centres. And the last thing I ever did on a rugby pitch was pass the ball for him to score his first ever try. And I thought that's quite a good way to leave the game and walk off. So I did, and I've never been back on a rugby pitch since.
I think the first time I come up here, I was about 2 weeks old. So it's always been in my life, rugby, at this club especially as well. And it's just this, I love it. It's I've always got something to do on the weekend with all my mates. All my best mates come out here, play with them up here. Like I said, it's like a big family. So, it helps you with everything. If you're having a shit week and you come up here on a Saturday, you forget about it. You just forget about the bad week you've had.
Yeah, I mean, exactly the same. It's a place you can come. There's always someone, at the bar. It's great watching the boys play and the passion they've got for the club, which has come through from generations. Obviously, we formed in 1883, and I would imagine we've always had that sort of attitude with the club. The club comes first and everyone's passionate about the club. We all win it together, fight for each other, and we drink together, and we have a great time together. I went to a school where you either played for Parkhouse or Charlton Park. So all the good boys come to Parkhouse. As one of our old teachers, a guy called John Watkins, was very instrumental in my life and in me playing rugby. He used to play here. So yeah, our Colts team was basically made up of Crown Woods and St Joe's Academy.
I think it helps my mental health loads. Or just if you're feeling down and whatever, you come on a Saturday and you see all your mates and you play with your mates and you have a beer with them all, like you just forget about everything for that, even if it's just for that Saturday. So I think it helps massively mental. And obviously you got your fitness, getting fit keeps you mentally well as well. So you got all them sort of aspects of it.
Again, we've got a few elderly members, you know, and they might not actually sort of mention their situation, but you know, it's good for them to get out on a Saturday and meet up with other people. Sometimes, historically, it was their only time they got out. So again, as a club, we made sure they were looked after and again, made to feel part of the club. We punch well above our weight. When I first joined here, we had 6 teams, now we're down to 2. Quite a small junior section, but we punch above our weight against clubs who have got, you know, 3 or 4 teams and a massive youth section. And they come up to us and they sort of hold us in the highest regard. And they say to us, how'd you do it? How'd you compete? I think that's because we've got the Parkhouse mentality. You know, we will just go on, we fear no one. And, you know, we play for the club and more importantly, we play for each other.
I came to Parkhouse when I was 18. I was met by a number of old boys from Parkhouse at an academicals meeting at my school, St Joseph's Academy. After the meeting, they took me down to Dacre Arms. 4 pints later, I'd signed up to Parkhouse, and there I was, beginning of the next season.
It's just an amazing grassroots rugby club. I say I fell into it really. I'd never heard of it. Don't think a lot of people have really. Just got dragged up here. I've just spent so much time over here over the years. Wonderful players, wonderful social atmosphere. It's just a nice place to be.
Over the years, I've met many friends. I've enjoyed many experiences on and off the field, and I regard it as my club, and I wouldn't consider any other club.
A couple of years ago, my very good friend Robert Hart, who was probably one of the best back row forwards that the club's ever seen, probably should have played at a higher level. Played a lot of games with Rob. Unfortunately passed away. And I had the opportunity to play in a memorial game for Rob.
Nobody leaves the club once they join it to go to another club. We consider it to be ours. Many things have changed over the years. I mean, I go back 50 years when we had 16s at the club. Obviously now we only have 2. Society has changed. We've had the breathalyzer come in. As a bit of a stop to late night drinking. We've also had the games that we would play at the club and the singing. A lot of those have sort of disappeared now unless you're on tour. I think the game has got faster. The thuggery has been removed from the game these days, fortunately. The future of Parkhouse, I think, very much depends on the volunteers in the club. We need to keep growing our own youth and promoting them into the senior side of the club. I can't underestimate that, you know, when guys give up the game, they should still come here and support us, or even take on voluntary positions on the committee or special activities that we might want. I think that if we continue to do that, yes, we'll be here for another 50 years.